day. This is Teacher Ade. Today's episode is about trim mean. Before we start, be sure you have with you your paper, calculator, and pencil. Today's episode is about trim mean. So, what is the trim mean all about? The trim mean is we call trimming of the mean. Okay, we're going to remove something from the mean. Okay, so now we have here some definition and important things that we have to know in trim mean. First, as we measure of center that is more resistant than the mean but still sensitive to the specific data values. Meaning to say, this is also can affect the value of the mean, okay? Because you remove something, this can affect the mean. It can be, the mean can be bigger or the mean can be lesser. That's why it can be greater than or less than. It depends on the computation once we remove some values from the mean. Next. The mean of the data values left after trimming a specified percentage of the smallest and the largest data values from the data set. So meaning to say, we're going to trim the mean. We're going to cut a certain portion. This portion will be 5% or 10% of the mean. The actual computation that we use in statistics, we usually trim 5% of the mean, meaning we remove 5% of the mean to the left and to the right, or from the upper or from the bottom. Okay? So, to understand this clearly, let's have an example. Oh, by the way, we go over to on how are we going to do with the trim mean first. The first thing that we need to do now, the example first, this is on how are we going to compute the trim mean. The first thing that you're going to do is arrange the numbers or the row score from smallest to the highest number. Okay? Or order the data from smallest to the largest number. The next one is we're going to delete the bottom or the top. The 5% bottom or 5% top. Okay? The bottom will be the greater than or the less than. And the top will be the reverse of that. Okay? So, if the calculation of 5% of the number of the data values does not produce a whole number, you have to take note of this. If the value of the trim mean, of the computation of the 5% trim mean is not whole number, you need to make it a whole number. You make it to the nearest whole number. For example, you got 0.45, you're going to have 1. 0.91, you got 1. Okay? So, some of the computation is exact, but some are not, of course. Okay? So, once it is not exact, you round it up to the nearest number. Okay? Next. So, after removing the 5% to the left and 5% to the right, you calculate the mean. This mean that the mean that we're going to calculate this time is the 90% of the data, because we get the 5% to the left and 5% to the right. Or we can say that 5% from the top and 5% from the bottom. Okay? I arrange the data from left to right. Okay? So I arrange my data computation here from left to right. But you can arrange that from top to bottom. Okay? So it's almost the same, top to bottom or from left to right. I use left to right. Okay? So now let's have the sample. As you can see, we have here the example database. Okay, so we need to compute. We need to arrange this first, no? So from the given data, the first thing that we need to do is we have to look for the smallest value first. So from here, what's the smallest value is 14, right? So do we still have other values that is not that is smallest? So it's 14. Then the second one, the highest value is the lowest value, you know. The highest value is 80, right? Got 80. Okay. So now let's go over. So this will be your highest value. Okay. Then we arrange it. Okay. So arrange. So you got 14, then to 80. So we arrange it from lowest to highest. So we arrange that from lowest to highest. We got 14, 20, 20, 20. There is a repetition of numbers, okay? So 20, 20, 20, 20, 23, 25, 30, 30, 30, 35, 35, 35, 40, 40, 42, 50, 50, 80. So all of these values from this table, okay, from the data set. The next one will be the second one will be the n. Huh? So we compute, multiply the n. So the n is 20. Okay? The n is 20 because we simply count the number of row score. All of these is 20. So we got n is equal to 20. Then after that, we're going to compute 0.05. So 20 times 0.05, we got 1. So therefore, the trim mean is 1. Automatically, the trim mean here is 1. Okay? So now, we're going to remove the 1 from the left and one row score from the left and 1 row score to the right. Okay? So this is the 14. And 1 from the right. So we got 80. We remove 14 and 80 for our next step. Okay? So we remove it because that is the 1 or the 5% trim mean of this data set. Okay? Okay, so we got this value now. The 14 is removed. Okay, you delete the bottom and the upper, or the left and the right. Okay, then find the average of the remaining. Okay, from the word remaining data. So you get the average or the mean. So that is the mean. So you add all of that and then divide it by 18. Not 20, because before it's 20, no? We remove 1 from the left and the right, so we remove 2 from 20, so it's now 18. That's why it's 18 here. Actually, the 18, if you're not, if you didn't know that, you simply count the row score that's remaining, okay? So we're going to count that. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's why we divide that to 18. We add all of the row score that is remaining, then divide it by 18. Okay? So that's our example number 1. Okay? So now let's proceed to sample number 2. Example number 2. So find the 5% trim mean for the following row data. We got 21, 12, 23, 18, 27, 30, 28, 29, 15, and 17. Okay? The first step, we arrange it from smallest to the highest. Okay? Then we count all of that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n is 10. Okay? Then we multiply that to 0.05. 10 times 0.05, we got 0.5. According to our rule, once it is not whole number, we convert that to nearest whole number. So that's why the 0.5 will be then 1. Okay? So therefore the TM will be 1 now. Okay? Next, after that, we remove 1 row score from the left and 1 row score from the right. Okay, to the right. So left to the right. Okay? So we remove 1. So we remove the 12 and 13 this time. So that's why we got 15, 17, 18, 21, 23, 27, 28, 29 only. So the 13 and 12 is removed. Okay, we remove it. Then we add all of that. Okay? So we add 15, 17, 18, 21, 23, 27, 28, 29. Then we divide that to 8. We get the 8 from the row data. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So that's why we got 8 on the denominator. Okay? Then we got 22.25. Okay? Next. Okay, our next problem. Find the 5% twin mean for the following data. We got 112, 100, 113, 123, 98, 109, 111, 143, 154. So the lowest value is 98, right? Then the highest is 54. Okay? So once you get the highest and the lowest, you can arrange that now. Okay? Then we arrange it. So let's arrange it. So we got 98, 100, 109, 111, 112, 113, 123, 143, 154. Okay? So then we count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our value for the n is 9. Okay? Then we compute the twin mean. Okay? The 0.05, the 5% of 9. The 5% of 9 is 0.45. According to our rule in twin mean, once the value is not whole number, you round it off or you make it a whole number. You make it a whole number on the nearest whole number. Okay? So that's why that is 1 now. Okay? So meaning to say, the 5%, the 1 will be removed. Okay? We're going to remove 1 row data from the left and 1 row data from the right. 1 here and 1 here. We're going to remove that from left to right. Okay? Next. So we delete that. So in that case, once we delete that, we have this value now. 100, 109, 111, 112, 113, 123, 143. So after that, we're going to calculate now the average. The average of the remaining data set. Okay, the 90% mean. Okay? So we add all of that and divide it by 7. Because this is 7 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the answer, okay, the answer is 115.86. Okay? So I hope that's clear. If you have any question, don't forget to ask me as your teacher or ask me as your mentor in the YouTube. Okay? Bye-bye. So that's all for today. If you have questions, feel free to comment on the bottom below. By the way, if you like our video, please don't forget to subscribe and share. Bye-bye. See you on the next episode.